Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this one. I am back. I am back from my holiday in Stranraer. Obviously, haven't done content for 8 days? I think it was. 8 days. I am back from my holiday now in Stranraer, sorry. Back in town now. Obviously, I arrived back yesterday, and you joined me for the Tyler Denny versus Felix Tats full card preview, predicting all the fights on this card, all 5 fights on this card. So let's get straight into it. And I do apologise for not doing a boxing review for the 5 versus 5, but obviously you know my opinions on all the fights. Obviously on the community tabs, obviously I did it after each fight. So yes, let's straight into it then. Starting off then, Fiaz versus Ken Baker, 8-round contest in the 130-pound division. In the 130-pound division, the super featherweight division of course. And Fiaz, who's only got the 1 defeat, Ken Baker with the 11 defeats and the 2 draws. Obviously, this is the rematch between these two. Obviously, these two have fought before. Fiaz was the one who came out the winner on points by outboxing Ken Baker to a points win. Probably don't be the same. I feel it would be the same result this time. I think Fiaz has Ken Baker's number. I just think Ken Baker, for me, he's got balls in him. He has got a lot of balls in him, and he will be dangerous early on in the fight. He'll be the one coming forward, while Fiaz will be the one boxing on the outside. Boxing and move. He is a sick boxer, Fiaz. Sick boxer as well, as you saw in the first fight. But I just think Ken Baker just tastes too much punishment for me. Tastes too much punishment. I don't think it'll be a stoppage. I think it'll be the same as the first fight. I just think Fiaz will just compete out boss Ken Baker to a unanimous decision win, in my opinion. So I'm going to go for Fiaz to win on points and to make it 2-0. That's Ken Baker. And make it another points win over Ken Baker. And make it the 12th defeat in the war. Ken Baker's 12th defeat on his record. So up next then, we've got the British Commonwealth Female Super Flyweight title between Shannon Wyan and Emma Doran. Should be a good fight. This one. I think this is a very close contest. It's a very close contest in my opinion. Definitely a close contest in my opinion. It's a tough one. It is quite a tough one. I think this is going to be one of them pit and fights for me between Shannon Wyan and Emma Doran. It's a true pit and fight for me. I think it will be close on scorecards. But I am going to edge towards Shannon Wyan. Shannon Wyan just, in my opinion, to get the win on points by unanimous. I don't know if it'll be by unanimous decision, but I think Shannon Wyan will get the win on points. It could well be a split decision. It could well be a draw. I won't be shocked. It's a good fight. It's a really good pit and fight between the two ladies, of course. But I'm going to go for Shannon Wyan to win on points. So up next then, probably one of the fights we've all been looking forward to was this Jordan Friend and Cameron Thorne, who have a real dislike for each other. 10 3-minute rounds in the 135-pound division of course, which is the lightweight division of course. Cameron Thorne, who is one of these upcoming fighters that Eddie Hearn has signed, of course, for Matchroom. Jordan Friend, we all know what Jordan Friend's about. He has been I'm pretty sure Jordan Friend was the one who had that contest with Ken Baker, of course, Jordan Friend. So it's going to be a good good fight, this one, between Jordan Finn and Cameron Fon. It's going to be a real war between the two of them, real decide for each other. Cameron Fon's first step up for me, first proper step up for me. And then I think it's one of them fights for me. Could go either way. It could go either way. I would probably make Cameron Fon a favourite because of all the hype about him. I am under for Cameron Fon to win, but I think it's going to be a real proper war between the two of them. And I think I won't be shocked if you see a knockdown in this fight from either. But I think Cameron Fon will come through the Jordan Finn test, and I think Cameron Fon will win on points against Jordan Finn. But again, it's one of them fights. It's a real war between the two of them. Will decide for each other. But talking about a war, the tour feature, the tour main event is Lewis Crocker, 19-0 against Torha Walker. Lewis Crocker, of course, 19-0. Lewis Crocker, of course, obviously came off that win of stopping Jose Felix, of course, inside the 4 or 5 rounds in his last fight, and of course doing a real beatdown on Tyrone McKenna as well. Lewis Crocker against Conor Walker. 13 wins, 2 defeats, 1 draw. This has war written all over it. There is the Paddy Donovan fight. There is a Paddy Donovan fight in the background for Lewis Crocker if he wins. If Lewis Crocker wins, it's probably one of the biggest fights in Irish boxing between Paddy Donovan and Lewis Crocker. But Lewis Crocker has got a test to pass. Against Tony Walker. Walker is there to spoil them plans, and Walker, basically the winner of this fight, will fight Paddy Donovan, in my opinion. Simple as that. And Walker will be wanting to be ahead of Lewis Crocker to fight Paddy Donovan. And you know what? Even for the user, the good fight for the user is Lewis Whitson. I could see the user fighting Lewis Whitson. I think Lewis Crocker that's stoppage, in my opinion. But I think this will be a proper all-out war between Lewis Crocker and Conor Walker. I think Lewis Crocker stopped Walker yet, and I've done for Lewis Crocker to get a stoppage in the 8th round, to stop Walker in the 8th round. And I won't be shocked to see Walker, who I think uses this fight, ends up fighting Lewis Whitson in his next fight. I think that's not a bad matchup, in my opinion. So I don't think Lewis Crocker to get an 8th round stoppage against Conor Walker and make that fight against Paddy Donovan, in my opinion. And finally, onto the EBU Hooping Middleweight title. Obviously, we've got two title fights on this card. Emma Dolan defending her British Commonwealth Flyweight title against Shannon Wyan. And we've got Tyler Denny defending this EBU Hooping Middleweight title. I'm pretty sure Tyler Denny is with Boxer. But, well, he has been boxing on Boxer's shows. So he must be a free agent, Tyler Denny. Must be a free agent if he's headlining a Matchroom show against Felix, who is a Matchroom fighter. Felix. Couple years ago, this would have been a good fight. Look, I still think it is a good fight, but I just think Felix inactiveness makes Tyler Denny a who's favourite, in my opinion. Felix has not been active for, is it 2 years now? Not been active for 2 years. The fight with Emma Williams has fallen through a lot as well. He was meant to be fighting in the past Felix but a lot of fights have fell through. Not been active for 2 years. Tyler Denny, the 2 defeats with Tyler Denny, 3 draws on his resume. And Denny was obviously the one who, I've forgotten the name now. I have forgotten the name who he beat to win the Hooping Middleweight title. But he ended up stopping him, didn't he, Denny? He ended up stopping him. And but I just worry for Felix. I just worry for Felix activeness done in this fight for me, and I do think it will be one-way traffic. Maybe a bit hard, but I definitely think it's 70% in Denny's favour, 70 to 30% in my opinion. Felix has a 30% chance of winning this fight, in my opinion. A couple of years ago, when Felix was active, I would have said a true 50-50. I would have said a true 50-50, but I am going to go for Denny to win this fight, and I'm going to go for Denny to get a 7-round stoppage. I actually think Denny will get him mid-round, will get first touch in the middle of the rounds for me. I think Denny stops him in the 7th round. I think Denny stops first touch in the 7th round, in my opinion. So, they are my predictions, my bottom predictions for the Denny versus first touch card. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments. Take care, stay safe, see you later, and the next video I will see you in will be my Serbia versus England match preview, which will be sometime next week. To be fair, I may do it today. Maybe I may do it today if I got time. So, see you all there for the next video, and feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments.